Good morning, students. This is the last part of this video of this chapter, market around us. Okay, so today we will discuss about types of trade. Trade means business. So what are the types of trade or the types of business? Buying and selling of goods and services within a country is called internal trade or home trade. It includes two forms of marketing, namely wholesale and retail. So when you are buying or selling something within your country, that is called internal trade, internal business or home trade. Okay, so there are two forms, that is, one is marketing, and there are two forms of marketing. One is wholesale and the another one is retail. Now what is wholesale marketing? Wholesale trade refers to buying of goods in bulk from manufacturers or their agents and selling them to retailers and industrial users in relatively small quantities. Those who are engaged in wholesale trade are called wholesalers. They do not sell products directly to the consumer. A wholesaler is mainly involved in buying, storing and supplying goods. He may also extend credit facilities to the retailers and undertake activities like advertising and sales promotion. A wholesaler also bears the risk of loss due to spoilage or damage of goods, change in demand, price fluctuation and so on. Now the wholesaler, we have already discussed about wholesaler. Wholesalers used to sell their products to the retailers, owners of the shop. But there are certain difficulties in wholesalers. Okay, they used to buy a very large amount of goods from the producer or the manufacturer, and they have to store that goods, okay, in their godown or somewhere else, and they will sell the products in small quantities to the retailers. So there is always a fear that the goods may be spoiled, or sometimes if they buy a huge quantity of goods, sometimes the price may go down. Okay, at that time they have to suffer a loss also. So they are the wholesalers. They have to store, they have to buy a huge quantity, because the manufacturer or the producer will not sell a single piece or the 2 piece or the 10 piece, right? The wholesaler has to buy a bulk products in bulk. Okay, so and those who are engaged in wholesale trade, wholesale means whole, means pura, jada. Okay, so wholesalers means those who are engaged in wholesale trade, wholesale business, they are called wholesalers, and they have to buy a huge quantity of goods and they have to store them, supply them, and there is a risk also of the goods might get spoiled, or sometimes change in demand. People might not like that product, the consumer. If the consumer did not like that product, then obviously the retailers will not buy those products from the wholesalers, right? And sometimes price fluctuation, sometimes price may go down or sometimes price rises up, and there are so many other factors also. Wholesalers act as a two-way channel between producer and retailers. They keep an eye on the changing market trend. They pass on information to the producer regarding other competitors, their new product and price change. Producer can accordingly change their production pattern to suit the market. Now the wholesaler, they will act as a middleman between the producer and the retailers. Okay, and the wholesaler also has to keep an eye on the market trend. What are the they have to see that what is trend, like for example in garment, you can give an example. Trends, we used to have trend, right? Sometimes one fashion, sometimes another fashion. So this has to be very clear to the wholesaler, that what are the demands of the consumer, so that they will tell the producer or the manufacturer to make that type of outfits or make that type of manufacture that certain product. Okay, so that is the duty of the wholesalers. And the production or the producers will accordingly produce the pattern which the wholesaler suggests them. That is called wholesale marketing. And the wholesale market, you have to remember one important thing. In wholesale marketing, the wholesaler have to buy product in bulk, okay, and they will sell those products in small quantity to the retailers. Now the retail marketing. Retail trade refer to buying of goods from wholesaler or manufacturer and selling them directly to consumer. They generally deal in a variety of items. They do not have direct links with manufacturer as they purchase product from the wholesalers. They act as a middleman between the wholesaler and the consumer. Now the retails means a shop where you will find different product. Okay, so retailers will buy the product from the wholesalers and they will sell those products to the consumer, and a retailer act as a middleman between the wholesaler and the consumer. Okay, retailers may at times extend credit facilities to the customer, as in case of television, washing machine and other such items. In cities and towns, the retailers engage salesperson to assist customers in buying. Some retailers are now switching over to self-help services where the customer can directly go and pick up the items he or she wants. Now the retailers may have credit facilities, means credit, you can sometimes buy product without paying anything, and at the end of the month you will pay all the amount to the shop owners. That is called credit facilities. And sometimes nowadays we used to have EMI, right, for television, fridge, and for electronics, whatever is the costly product. Basically for the costly product there is an EMI, that is also called credit facilities. Okay, and the retailers used to have salespersons also. When you go to one shop, retail shop, you will find there is a salesperson. Like in a grocery shop, one person is waiting something, right, the chawal, dal. Or in garment shop you will find some person, they show you the dresses, so they are the salesperson. And nowadays we have so many departmental store where you will go and collect whatever you need, put it in a box. Like for example in Big Bazaar and all, you will, whatever you want, you go over there and keep it by yourself, right, put in your box and buy it. That is called self-help services, and everything comes under retail marketing. Now, have you ever noticed the same product being sold for different prices at different places? This is because some retailers offer discount on certain product, other offers additional services like credit facilities, gift wrapping, alteration, home delivery, and so on. These are some techniques employed by the retailers to promote sales. So when sometimes we can see there is a price differences, sometimes we can see some product are in sale, right. So that is because the retailers, the manufacturer of the retailers, they want to increase their sale. Okay, they want to increase their selling product. Customer can buy if there is a sale, or customer can buy if the product comes in less amount, or the customer can buy when you have facilities like gift wrapping is free or the home delivery is free. Then obviously the customer will visit that shop first. So these are all the sales, and these are all the promoting sales. The retailers used to promote their sales technique so that the customer buy the product from their shops only. So retail marketing, retailers act as a middleman between wholesaler and the consumer. Retailers directly deal with the consumer or the customers. They have sometimes sales product, sales boys also. Sometimes they have self services also in their shops, and sometimes they used to give benefits in selling so that consumer or the customer can visit their places. Okay, so these are the retailers. Now the fixed versus flexible prices. Fixed means fixed, there is nothing. Like for example, if you will go to a shop where all prices are fixed, you cannot negotiate or you cannot bargain over there. That is a fixed prices. And flexible prices means the shop owner says that, the retailer says that this thing costs 700 rupees and we'll start bargaining. We say, I'll give you 300. So that is called flexible. Okay. Most shops sells things at a fixed price, but there are shops where you can bargain and bring the price of the goods down. Can you give 2 examples of this? We can give this type of example, right? For example, one is when you go to a shopping mall, the prices are fixed, you cannot bargain. But if you go to the Hong Kong market, you have the opportunity to bargain. So these are the two differences. In the case of fixed prices, the seller charges the same price from the product from all customers. What are the advantages of this? It builds customers' confidence in the seller. It also helps both the buyer and the seller, as they need not waste time bargaining. People with weak bargaining power prefer fixed prices. So when you buy a product in a fixed prices, yes, obviously there will be no waste of time in bargaining. And sometimes some people don't know how to bargain. For them, it's the best place to shopping, right? The fixed one, like the shopping mall, you cannot bargain over there. You have to pay whatever amount has been written in that particular product, that is fixed. Another one is flexible. In the case of flexible price, the seller sells similar quantities to different buyers at different prices. The final price is determined by bargaining. What are the advantages of this? People with good bargaining power can gain from this practice. Now the flexible prices. In flexible prices, one person might get the same product at a very less amount, and sometimes another person will get that in a higher amount. That is the problem of bargaining. But those whoever is good in bargaining, they will get the product in a very, very less amount. So that is the plus point of flexible price. So this is the end of the chapter, market around us. Okay, we have discussed around importance of a market, benefits of marketing, and channels of distribution, direct channels, indirect channels, then types of trade, wholesale marketing, retail marketing, and fixed versus flexible marketing, flexible pricing. So this is it, and we have also completed the syllabus for the midterm also.